The phone vibrated on the granite countertop like a cornered insect. Its screen flared to life with a single line that felt like a blade straight through my ribs. Ignore him for a month. He'll break down begging. I wasn't supposed to see it. I'd only reached for the charging cable while Maya showered, humming that same out-of-practice tune she'd loved since college. The message sat open in the group chat titled The Circle. Below it, my wife had replied with a laughing crying emoji and the words, "Challenge accepted." My breath hitched. The bathroom fan droned on, water drumming against the porcelain, and still I stood frozen, thumb hovering over the screen as if touching it again might force the words to rearrange themselves into something innocent. They didn't. 2 weeks earlier, I would have dismissed it. Maya and her friends had always shared a merciless sense of humor. Inside jokes, wine-fueled dares, the kind of bond that made me glad she had them. But the timing was a betrayal. For 3 months she'd been drifting. Late nights at spin class, phone face down on the nightstand. Intimacy that felt like a chore granted out of pity. I'd ask gently, then desperately, what was wrong. Each time she'd sighed, kissed my forehead, and promised we'd talk tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. Now tomorrow had arrived, wearing someone else's perfume. I set the phone exactly as I'd found it, screen dark, cable coiled like nothing had happened. The mirror caught my reflection. 35, solid build, eyes already stinging, though I hadn't cried yet. I looked like a man who still believed marriage was a partnership. That night, I cooked her favorite saffron risotto, the one that took 40 minutes of stirring, and watched her push it around the bowl. "You okay, love?" I asked, voice softer than the candlelight. "Long day," she murmured, not meeting my eyes. "Chloe's and I just think I need some air." Air. The word landed between us like a dropped plate. Air from what? From us. She laughed, but it cracked. "You're overreacting. It's just girl talk." Girl talk. I smiled the way you do when your tongue finds a sharp edge on a broken tooth. Surprising, painful, impossible to ignore. The next morning, I left for work before she stirred. On the train, I opened my laptop and did the thing I'd sworn I'd never do. I installed a keylogger on the family tablet we shared for grocery lists and streaming. 30 seconds of shame, one click, and suddenly every password she typed belonged to me, too. I told myself it was security, not spying. I told myself a lot of things. Day 3 of the challenge, Maya left her wedding ring by the sink to avoid losing it at the gym. Day 5, she booked a solo weekend in the wine country with The Circle. Something about self-care. I nodded, kissed her goodbye, and spent those 48 hours scrolling through the digital wreckage of her life. That's when I found Ethan. His name appeared first in rideshare receipts. "Thanks for the lift." Winky face. Then in photos she deleted from her camera roll, but forgot to empty from the recently deleted folder. Tan, confident smile, 10 years my junior. The kind of confidence that comes from never having been truly broken. They'd met at a work seminar in March, back when I was home nursing our cat through kidney failure. While I held a dripping syringe of meds, Ethan was holding her hand under a table at a downtown bar. The messages were worse than porn. They were intimate. "Ethan, you see the real me." "Maya, I feel so lost when I'm with him." "Ethan, then let me help you find yourself." I read until the words swam, until I tasted acid in my throat. Then I printed everything. The screenshots, the timestamps, the hotel receipt for 2 nights, and slid the folder into the back of my sock drawer like a loaded weapon. Week 2 began with a cold drizzle. Maya floated through the house in a silk robe, humming again, cheeks flushed with the high of being desired by 2 men. She kissed me distractedly, asked what I wanted for dinner, then disappeared into the guest room to take a call. I stood outside the door, listening to her whisper, "I miss your touch already." Something inside me snapped. Not loud, not dramatic, just a quiet, cold pop. I walked to our bedroom, opened the closet, and started folding. Not packing in a rage, folding. Each sweater placed with the care I once used wrapping her birthday gifts. I left her side untouched. Her dresses still hanging like bright, hollow-eyed ghosts. I wrote the note on the heavy cream stationery we'd chosen together for our wedding thank yous. "Maya, I saw the challenge. I saw Ethan. I saw the woman I love choosing to forget me. I won't crawl. I won't beg. I'm choosing to remember myself instead. The house is yours. The cat is yours. The life we built is yours to keep or burn. I'll be gone before you wake. Don't look for me. Some doors once closed stay closed. Liam, I left it on her pillow. My wedding ring glinting beside it like a tiny surrendered shield. At 4:17 a.m., I rolled my suitcase down the driveway, the wheels whispering over wet asphalt. The rideshare smelled like pine and stale coffee. As we pulled away, the porch light flickered on. Maya, standing in the doorway, robe clutched tight, mouth open in a silent oh. Our eyes met through the rain-streaked window. For one heartbeat, I thought she might run after me, barefoot and screaming my name, the way she did the night I proposed. She didn't. The car turned the corner and she vanished. A silhouette swallowed by the dark. I pressed my forehead to the cool glass and let the tears come. Hot, messy years in the making. They tasted like every I love you I'd ever meant. Now returned to sender. 3 states away, in a furnished studio that smelled of lemon polish and anonymity, I opened my laptop and did the last thing she'd ever expect. I changed every password, froze the joint cards, and transferred my half of the savings into an account with only my name. Not vengeance. Survival. I left her the mortgage, the vet bills, and the circle, where she could explain why her husband disappeared without a fight. My phone buzzed for days. Liam, please. It was a stupid game. Come home. Liam, Ethan meant nothing. You are my home. Liam, I'm wearing your ring again. See? Photo attached. I didn't block her. I let the messages pile up like unread evidence in a trial that was already over. On the 14th day, the exact midpoint of her cruel experiment, I replied with a single line. Challenge failed. Then I turned off the phone, poured 2 fingers of the good scotch I'd carried in my suitcase, and toasted the man in the mirror, who finally looked like someone worth fighting for. Outside, the city moved on without us. Headlights slicing through the dusk. Strangers laughing in languages I didn't understand. Somewhere behind me, a house sat too quiet. A cat meowed for a master who wouldn't return. And a woman learned that some silences scream louder than any argument. I drank to the ache that would scar but never kill me. I drank to the mornings I'd wake up alone, and still choose to get out of bed. I drank to the day I'd love again. Cautiously, fiercely, without handing over the keys to my own self-worth. The glass hit the counter with a decisive clink. The story wasn't over. It had simply changed narrators. And for the first in months, the voice in my head sounded unmistakably like my own.